Good morning or good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to the first lecture of EE 236. Okay? Today we will discuss we already discussed before the class, the grades distribution. The grade distribution will be as follows. Will be 25% classwork, 2% for attendance, 3% for homework, 20% for the quizzes, okay? Subject to change, we may change it later by lowering the quizzes, depending on what's best for you, okay? The average of the classwork should be 75, okay? 2 major exams coordinated, 2020, and the final is 35%. The final, tentatively, is comprehensive, but we will give you more instructions toward the final about where to focus, etc. Okay? The other thing I would like to discuss is the topics. So I'm not going to go over all the topics, but let's focus now on topic حقت major 1. Major 1, not yet decided, will be somewhere around week 5 or 6, somewhere. This week we will give you a little bit overview about electrical engineering, why we study this course, why it's useful for us, what is electricity, why electrical engineering is an important course to be taught for non-EE student. All of you are non-EE. Why you do it? Well, I can tell you the short answer is to improve the way you think. So why you take this course?
To improve the way I think.
That's it. When you become a consultant, you are an industrial engineer, or you are a mechanical engineer, or you are a computer engineer, at some point you will be dealing with electrical engineers. So I want you to have basic knowledge to communicate with them, to criticize them. If they tell you a wrong information or they tell you a wrong technical solution, you should have enough ability to judge their decision. Not only that, many facilities involve electrical work. For example, electric power plants. Some mechanical engineers will work in electric power plants. Or regulators, electricity regulators. منظمة الكهرباء. Some industrial engineers will work. Or any other facility. If you work for oil and gas, you will have electrical sensors, right? Mechanical engineers, how do you measure the pressure? Sensors. Are those sensors electrical? Yes. Material science. You might develop material in semiconductor industry. This is electrical. So you need to know. Computer engineers, easy. It's clear. There is a clear need. So please, you're taking this course. Why? To improve the way you think. Okay? Next week, we will start our exercises. We will deal with current, voltage, power, and energy. VIPE. What I want you to do is go to Wikipedia and read a little bit about these quantities. Okay? This is a quick exercise. VIPE. Then we will talk about the KVL and KCL. We did it in high school, we did it in Physics 102. But we did it in very small circuits. How can we make this law in bigger systems? This is what we're going to do. And basically, what is KVL is summation of voltages across a loop is 0. KCL, summation of currents entering a node is 0. Saying it is easy, implementing it requires practice. You have to practice. Okay? It's very important. Then we will go over the circuit elements and how to do the circuits. Are the elements in series? For example, are you guys in series or parallel? You are parallel.
Yes.
Are you in series, the three?
Yes.
So series requires having the same flow, while parallel means they have the same pressure. That's easier. We'll talk about some techniques. How can we simplify complicated circuits to simple circuits? Then we'll talk about the VDR and CDR, voltage divider rule and current divider rule. This semester, I'm not gonna do the way I did in EE234, where I say voltage rise, voltage drop. This semester, I'm gonna follow the same way as the textbook. Let's try. There is other techniques, mesh analysis and maximum power transfer, but I think major one will be somewhere here to be decided. Okay? In the second half of the course, we'll talk about AC circuit. We'll talk about, for example, capacitors, sine waves, AC circuits, and then we'll go to the diodes, نمشي للدiodes, where we talk about semiconductors. There are sections that are crossed, for example. It means they are not required, but in previous semester they were required. So we gave you discounts. We gave you what? Discounts. So please, utilize this discount. So we no longer cover wave shaping circuits. We only cover limiters and clippers. We no longer require load line analysis of simple NMOS amplifier. We no longer require source followers. And then we'll talk about the operational amplifier. Operational amplifier. So that's it. That's the course in a nutshell. As you can see, it's EE201 here, EE213, which is circuit 2, a little bit here. And then we have 203, EE203. We combine them in one course called EE236 to give you the basic information, enough knowledge. Every information is useful. Please take it as something that's useful to improve the way you think, especially non-technical paths. It will be very good if you show up as a consultant. Who's going to be our consultant? Who wants to be a consultant? So you guys want to be consultants. How come you go for a power utility and you don't understand what is power? But now, because you took EE236, you can throw in some of the technical words and be more confident to deliver your consultancy. Again, to develop the way you think. جامعة علمك كيف تفكر. Clear يا شباب? Any question about the syllabus? Okay. It will take time. Let's do a quick exercise while calculating. I want you to, this is a side exercise. Open your calculator. I want you to do 1 plus 2i. But we are electrical engineers. In this course, all of you are electrical engineers. Okay? Electrical engineers, they reserve I for current. So can we say 1 plus 2, we call it J? So a J is an I. So on your calculator, while we download the slides, let's do this exercise. Open your calculator. Who doesn't have a calculator? You can use the tablet or iPhone calculator. The iPhone, you can have scientific, right top corner. On shift 2. No. Shift mode. Shift mode. and then, no, mode, بدون shift. Put 2 complex. Clear? So let's do 1 plus 2 and then inch اللي هو بالأحمر I. What is this number? 1 plus 2. I want you to hit shift 2. We have the 3 options. Arc, conjugate, 3 and 4. Pick number 3. What is this number 3? 2.23 angle 63. Now, the number, this is a very common calculator process, is equal to what?
236.
Angle
63.4.
63. Who cares about points? So let's do it. هذا real وهذا imaginary. I'm doing math. 0, 1, 2. This is the vector, right? In electrical engineering, if you say 1 plus 2j, what does it mean? It means I'm moving 63 degrees at a length of 2.23. So this is rectangular versus polar. We will be dealing with this mathematical operation. Okay? Very important. Do it, okay? That's the first exercise. Let's go back. So these slides are Dr. Ahmed Umar's slides. Okay, I'm using his slides, so I have to give him the credit. So a little bit about myself. My name is Abdel Zubayban. Graduated here from KFUPM in electrical engineering. I did my graduate studies in Georgia Institute of Technology. My area of specialty is power systems. Power systems. My research interests are in energy conversion systems, renewable energy, power system protection, cyber physical security, and designing electric motors. Okay, these are the areas if you are interested. Previously, I did work with these companies as well as KFUPM. I did internships in Dominion Energy, which is the electricity provider for Virginia. I did work for a small startup called DHX Electric Machines. Did work with Aramco before, and here is my contact information for your reference. Now, what are the regulations? Please come on time, okay? And avoid using cell phones because there is no point. If there is something personal, you have a phone call, feel free to leave without disturbing the class. Also, if you want to use the restroom, feel free to use it and come back on time, okay? How to get high grade? Attend the class. Even students who, the more absences you have, the more likely you're not going to get higher than C+. Okay? It's very important to attend classes. I'm not going to say read, I would say maybe watch the lecture if we post it. Try to do the homework yourself. Study the quiz as if it's a major exam. Remember, quizzes are what? 20%. So the quizzes are a major exam. So we love quizzes. Why we love quizzes? Because they prepare us. Trust me. If you study 2 nights before the exam versus someone who studied for every quiz, there is no way you can beat the student who did study for the quizzes. So quiz number 1 will not be this week, will be next week. Okay? Every 2 weeks, so we'll have quiz 1 when?
2 weeks.
2 weeks from?
From now.
From now. Okay, Shabab? Prepare. And try to look at the old exams. There is nothing wrong about practicing in old exams, but old exams are not designed to teach you. They are designed to test you. So when you finish studying the material, try to solve the old exams. Okay? Do not study the old exams and look at the solutions. Try to solve it without a solution. My job is to deliver the high quality education. That's my job. Remember, only 25% of your grade in class. The rest, it's a coordinated course. So let's be serious about getting a high grade in this course. Okay, Shabab? It's very important. And I am more than happy to receive any feedback, including the videos, including participation. If you have anything, let me know. The floor is yours. You can tell me in person, you can tell me by email, or you can use the anonymous feedback. Anonymous feedback I cannot read. Who sent me? With that, I think time is up. We will start, inshallah, next lecture about overview of electrical engineering. Okay? I will upload the link of the drive in the Blackboard, and then if you have issues accessing it, let me know. Okay?